Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. I'm joining from the USA. I'm Dr. Petigamaj Pereira, Assistant Professor of Information Systems at Loyola University, Maryland, and also an adjunct lecturer at Central Queensland University in Australia. First of all, thank you for having me, and I'm glad to be part of this conference. I hope you guys are enjoying um, the conference. You can see, I'll be sharing insights from my research on how university librarians build digital identities and engage with social media. Basically, I'll be looking at the librarians' social media practices. You might be wondering why focus on social media. So you can see that there are nearly 8 billion people lives in this world right now, out of which 5.56 billion people uses internet and 5.24 billion people uses social media, right? And daily average of using social media is more than 2 hours, right? So we spend more 2 hours and 20 minutes roughly browsing internet, watching TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. So we do like lots of entertainment work. But if you look at the librarians, um, librarians today are not more than just the physical spaces, right? So social media has become a powerful tool for them to share resources quickly, build professional networks, and they can engage directly with the students and the communities. But there is a gap in the research. If you look at the librarians' online roles, they are often overlooked, right, underexplored compared to faculty and the students, right? If you look at the literature review, um, uh, you can see most of the social media research is based on students. Some of them are faculty, but very less focus on the librarians. So that what makes this research important. So why does this matter, right? Um, the librarians today expect to promote their collections, support literacy programs, and strengthen institutional visibility online, right? You just don't sit at the library, right? And just manage the physical stuff. But this brings many challenges, right? You have to face many challenges in order to uh, be presence on online media. So, but because of the unclear policies, a lack of training, and also you have the self doubts. But if you want to the libraries to thrive in these digital spaces, these challenges need to be addressed. So that's the significance. So the aim of my research is very simple, which is to investigate librarians' digital practices in professional context. Um, my research questions is how do librarians engage with social media and what influences the digital practices? To answer this, I conduct the semi-structured interviews with academics, and my sample size is 15 to 25 librarians. I use the mixed deductive coding, um, and I use chemist practice architecture, right? So my analysis is based on the and chemist practice architecture. So it was guided by the this architecture. So this architecture has three themes. If you Google Stephen Chemist, he has about 20,000 citations for if you look at the past his research past 10 years 15 years, so he's amazing. So most of the people use this framework to analyze their work. So my analysis was guided by this framework too. So there are three themes: cultural discursive arrangement. Those are the language and meanings the librarians use. Material economic arrangement, the resources and technologies available for librarians, and we look at the social political arrangement, the power dynamics and institutional roles. the librarians have. So we look at their narratives, the interviews, through these three lenses. So this framework helped me see how wider structure shape librarians, right? Their everyday practices. Several patterns stood out from the interviews. You can see there are benefits and influences, advantages, disadvantages, pros and cons. As benefits, I can see the librarians use social media for networking, promoting collections, running literacy programs, and so on. I can see that you guys have already advertised your conference on LinkedIn, right? But there are challenges as well. Their engagement was shaped by the institutional culture, right? So it is very important, and also the administrative support and the personal confidence. So which means that sometimes they have lack of training or the training opportunities, and they have the role ambiguity, right? Sometimes they don't know, do I post as myself on my private my profile, or for the institution, right? Sometimes the institution don't have the LinkedIn group, right? So you can create your own group, you can create your own Facebook group, you can create your own LinkedIn group, but the institution, they don't have their own LinkedIn group. And sometimes the inconsistent use, right? They don't have the same platform using consistently, right? Sometimes they use academia, the LinkedIn, the ResearchGate, right? So you can post your even photos on Pinterest, right? And you can just do things randomly. And most importantly, the imposter syndrome, right? Which is the many doubted their own digital expertise. Can I do it? Am I good enough doing this, right? Things like that. Um, are important findings, because some of these things that don't fit into those three lenses or the three themes that I mentioned before, the practice architecture, um, they overlap. And the conclusion, it would be the librarians actually can and should play a central role in the academic digital spaces, right? For that to happen, institutions need to provide clear policies, offer professional training, and keep updating digital strategies. And also, I would suggest the future research could also explore cross-cultural comparisons and long-term trends in libraries' digital identities. To wrap up, the librarians, I can tell you that the librarians are no longer just the gatekeepers, right, of physical collections. You are not just the gatekeepers of the physical collections. Um, and you need to take the leadership, right? The librarians are also the digital leaders. You guys are digital leaders shaping how universities engage with the communities online. To unlock the full potential of the librarians, I think the institution need to support them. They need to recognize their efforts, and they need to provide the necessary resources. So thank you for listening. And if there are any questions I'd like to answer, or if you need to reach me out privately, I've got my email address over here. If you like to join this research, because I'm in the process of writing the full journal paper right now. So if you want to join, please give me a shout out. And thank you very much. Thanks for having me.